Right now, there are 2 million people, 2 million children in the world who are at risk of starvation. There's a famine going on in the Horn of Africa, and something so small as $1 a day can feed them and save their lives. Very simple. Fact. The mainstream media is not covering this on a daily basis. If you go to the front page of the Wall Street Journal, it gets buried. It's no longer topical and it doesn't stay current with the news cycle. Fact. For most people, knowing that 2 million people are at risk of starvation and are going to die, that's a very hard thing to swallow. It's a very big thing. So we want to be able to reduce that to something very small, very relatable, very understandable. Also, when you want to donate but you don't know where to start, many of the donation options are fragmented. So if I were wondering how far my dollar could go, it's very hard to be able to compare these things. And it's worth mentioning before I say what we do, that it doesn't exist yet. These are not compiled. So what we've created is an app called Choice. Choice is the philanthropic calculator. What that means is you'll be able to find out exactly what your dollar value will convert to in terms of development, aid, or non-profit. So if we put in $3 into the app, it'll generate a list of what it is that we'll be able to do for somebody. As you can see, we have 2 items on the list at $3. You have measles vaccines, rehydration salts. One of those rehydration salts costs very little, but it will save a life. So maybe I'm curious, $3, that was pretty easy. What else could I do if I gave a little bit more money? Maybe if I gave $10, I might be able to make more of an impact. And as I increase this amount, I'll be getting information about the kind of items I could provide to people around the world, the kind of impact I could make for just a very small sum. So just to pick one here, we go to storybooks, for example. We know that, well, to pause for 1 second. The UX, the user experience, we believe is very simple. Now, maybe you don't want to give $17 today, but you'd like to share what you've learned, this kind of information. So you can go into these little factoids and tweet them out. So as you go through the number, what you'll notice is the factoid down the bottom will change. So each tweet will, for the most part, be unique. So if we go through and tweet something now, this will take you to Twitter. Maybe we'd like to say, hey Vera, or hey, be my app. Did you know that $10 buys 3 storybooks? Like that can educate 3 kids in the third world. That's pretty cool, huh? Very simple. So you can tweet that, and that's how it goes. So the very succinct explanation of this is it's a philanthropic calculator that lowers the bar to information on the impact you can make in the world. This is where we are today. Our objectives are twofold. The first is to raise awareness of the kind of impact you can make, and also the plight that people are suffering around the world. So that'll be one of our metrics. If we see people tweeting this out, telling their friends, then I think that'll be a pretty good indicator that we're onto something. The second thing is pure money terms. Are people donating? If they are, then we're onto something and we should expand that further. At which point, we can create a marketplace, the next step. Moving on past minimum viable non-profit, we'll be looking at being able to create a singular marketplace, the one-stop shop where you would go to be able to donate all of your philanthropic needs, where Oxfam, Red Cross, and UNICEF all come together. Like I said before, this does not exist. I was on the phone to people from the Red Cross, I was on the phone to people from UNICEF, I was on the phone to people from the Malaria Foundation. There's no singular source to make this really easy on people like you and me.